Hello, 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 and welcome back to Cherry Picked. I am so excited to have you guys back. It has been a whole summer off, and it has felt really great to have some time off, but I'm really excited to be back with you guys. And I have a special guest for the first episode back. I have Lexie here with me.
Hello.
Oh, Lexie.
Cherry Pick. Do you have a name for your people?
And I just say like Cherry Picked community.
Okay.
But I should think of something.
No, because Adam listens to part of my take, and they're like the 42%ers or something
Yeah.
like that. I was like, I wonder if Sav has like a Cherry Picked squad or whatever.
Oh, I don't know, but that's actually a good idea. I haven't even thought about that.
Yeah.
I just say Cherry Pick community because I'm like, or Cherry Babes, or like, there you go, something
Cute.
like that. Just something with a cherry, you know?
Hi, Cherry Babes.
Gotta throw it in there. But Lexie and I go way back. I've known you for,
I think we're pushing 5.
I'd say 5 years now.
Was it COVID or just post
I think
COVID?
it was
21.
after COVID and pre-COVID all kind of blur together now,
Mhm.
to be honest.
Mhm.
But Lexie is literally, I'm like, I have no idea. I'm like, anything after 2019, I'm like, I couldn't tell you what happened. I couldn't tell you what year. Like, I don't know. But Lexie and I go way back, and we met through a mutual friend at the time, and now Lexie's a photographer. In case you guys have not seen her stuff all over my page, the Cherry page. But Lexie, kind of tell people about you.
Hello. Yes. I'm so nervous. Which is hilarious because like I'm yapping all the time.
It's so funny because everyone says that they're like, I'm nervous. I'm like, it's crazy.
You know, like what do I want to say?
I know.
No.
I know. Like I'm freezing. I don't know.
Cut that. Yes, so I'm a photographer, based in the Midwest, but travel all over. I kind of specialize, I always say 60% weddings, couples, and then 40% lifestyle, which is like branding, all the fun stuff you've seen us do, boudoir.
No, I didn't know you did boudoir.
Boudoir, and then branding, commercial, I call it as well. And then other random stuff, because if you're creative, just say yes. Always. I always say yes,
It's so true.
even though on some things I shouldn't.
It must do that, which is good.
It is. And it's one of those things that I have learned about myself is I am a yes woman, and I completely set that high standard for myself, which can be good and bad. But I feel like 90% of the time it is a good yes.
Yeah.
And you have to say yes.
And I think too, it's like when you say yes, even though it might not be the most ideal yes, you do learn something or you grow in some way. Like there's always a little benefit that you can find somewhere in there.
But yeah, then for the listeners, we met 2021, and on that shoot we just clicked. It was crazy. Also, Sav and I are born a day apart.
Yeah,
A couple different years.
a couple different years.
A couple different years, but I'm the 22nd of July and she's the 23rd, and I feel like we are very similar when it comes to astrology, our ADHD brains, our creativity, the way that we love people.
Yes.
So I always say she's my birthday twin, my birthday neighbor.
Literally birthday neighbor, and I love it. No, Lexie and I would say you and I, when you get us in a room together and give us something creative, like we're just like, ba. Yeah, like we're
and I got to see that firsthand.
Yeah.
Because as you're watching this, you guys get to go see all of Sav's new branding, which I feel like we should talk about that because we're technically season 2 or season 3.
So honestly, when I first started this podcast, I just kind of randomly started seasons whenever. So I think technically we're at like season 4, but I think technically it should be season 2.
Love.
Whenever you asked like the double digits on the episodes, I was like, I think I should start a new season. I'll try.
Yeah, I'll try it.
Yeah.
But I feel like we have taken your branding. I think our first round was like girl next door. We're just chatting. But Sav hit 30 this year.
Dirty 30. I'm finding myself.
And she has more to give.
Yeah.
And more to show. I also feel like you personally have gone through a lot.
Yeah.
And this branding shows that. I think it shows growth. I think it shows edginess. Edginess? Is that even a word? Edginess?
I'm like, it made sense in my mind, so
add it up.
Yeah.
Edginess.
You can add it. It's probably on Urban Dictionary. You're
yeah,
right.
Really. I feel like it's just a step up and an evolution, and it's elevated, and I think you guys will all see that in the assets. They're really, really cool.
Yeah, Lexie is fantastic, and she delivers every time. So the first time was more that girl next door, kind of innocent, and I wasn't even divorced yet at that point when we first did that one. And I remember because my ex...
It was a tough day.
It was
I was so proud of you. Guys, I literally, during the shoot, I was like, Sav, I can't believe you showed up today. Even I was so proud of her, you guys, because I'd be crying at home holding my dog.
Yeah, it was a tough day. I found out some very, very unsettling news, and my ex wasn't in the States. We were separated at the time, thinking about getting divorced, and so that shoot, I showed up and I was like, fuck, like you have to put this brave face on, try your best, and but you always have a way of just getting people out of their shell, and we should talk about that too, because I think we're talking a little bit before we started recording, kind of how being a creative and being behind the camera it does take a toll on you too. It is a lot of energy. But Lexie has been there, and that day was a day we made it through. The photo shoot was great. And then this one, I'm like, it's just crazy to see the growth.
It is. And I feel like you were so resilient in that first one, but then this last shoot, you were able to just, I think, truly be the best version of yourself and truly be who Sab is, and not Sav, who was tied to a relationship for 10 years.
Yeah.
And all of that. Moose.
You guys get to hear Moose making a cameo moment. This is at my house. Sorry, y'all. He has a mind of his own.
Moose, you diva.
He is a diva of like, oh, the drugs haven't hit him yet.
No, literally. But no, kind of going into like creative, like being behind the camera and versus like you being in front. I feel like since I've started photos, my mission is, I feel like I live by like treat others the way you want to be treated. And I'm like, I want anyone who steps in front of my camera to feel good and happy and have a good experience. Because if you've had a photo shoot with me, you know I said this. The act of taking photos is weird. At the end of the day, it's weird.
Some of the poses you had me, and I'm like, what? And then you show me the picture, and I'm like, oh shit, Lexie.
Yeah. Feels weird, looks good. Also a line you'll hear.
Yeah.
But I feel like that is part of the creative process. A lot of people love like the movement of my photos, and it's like, yeah, because you have to move. You have to move and you have to try different things. Oh my god, this is so ADHD moment. I had the same purse. No, I'm dead. Why did that just like plop out of my eye as I'm talking about like photos?
This is welcome to our ADHD brain, you guys. This is literally
also, we've definitely been sitting in this room for at least 30 minutes, you guys. At least 30 minutes.
And we are 7 minutes into this podcast. Like, we've been sitting here just chatting and catching up. Like, Lexie and I.
It's a Norvu. It's an Instagram ad person. There's butter and yellow. There's also an olive green. You should.
And they had a pink one. I almost bought the pink one. Okay, we had some technical difficulties, and I think we figured it out, but we're learning.
Yes.
Yes.
My wavelength is there. I'm on audio 1 now, though.
Okay, that you know what? You are number 1. It is perfect. And as long as it's actually recording both audios, we are good.
Like,
I didn't realize a podcast would be this hard. Like, podcasts are a lot of work, and it takes a lot of time to figure out how to do wavelengths versus like editing photos, like and not to your level. Like how you edit is like a whole different level. Me and my little edits, I'm like, that's fine. Wavelengths over my head.
Yes.
But no, being a creative person, let's go back into when you are behind the camera. And well, first actually, what drew you to photography?
Yeah.
Like, gotta tell me your story.
Oh my god.
How'd you get into it?
This is so funny because I was talking with Adam, my husband, for anyone that wants to know. You've probably seen him on my Instagram. I was talking with him just about like what I wanted to talk about. And I was like, do we want the professional version or do we want the personal? I'll do kind of a mix.
We want both. We want both.
I'm like, do we want Lexie as Lexie or do we want Lexie the professional?
I feel like you're the same as both, because like if you ever get a chance to shoot with Lexie, like you said, she will make you comfortable, she will laugh with you, she will make it very like even people that hate being on camera, she makes them comfortable. So I feel like
That doesn't make me blush, you guys, this whole entire time.
You know, I just say the truth. What can I say? But no, it is wonderful because you have such a creative sense about you, and you also are just such a personable person. And that's where you do your job very well. But I do want to hear like why, like how did you get into it? Like kind of what was your footing? Because I feel like creative things, a lot of people want to get into it, but to make it your career is hard.
Yeah, I feel so from a young age, I was always wanting to do painting or drawing or crafts, writing. Like I feel I dabbled in it all, but nothing clicked until I picked up my camera, which was like 9th grade.
Oh, wow.
And I fully like went into doing people's senior photos, shooting. I shot wrestling matches. Like I just had the camera I fully like tried to do like painting lessons before this, but like
Really?
no, literally, I'm like nothing like clicked until I got to that point. And then I did it throughout the rest of high school, and I was planning on going to beauty school. Didn't. I had a coach that was like, "You're really good at sports you play. You should go play sports." So then I ended up going to junior college, getting my degree
What sports did you play?
softball and volleyball my freshman and sophomore year, and then I finished softball up at Moorhead, which is where I got my bachelor's degree, which kind of plays into this next part. I got my bachelor's degree in broadcast journalism because I fully wanted to be a sports reporter.
I could see that.
Yes.
I could
I love
totally see
sports, and I just thought it was like so fun, but I wasn't about making $12 an hour and being in a man's world. It just wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
So I got into sports marketing and advertising, but throughout my career, for my junior and senior year, I learned you have to make video like the stuff that you guys see on the news, like the video packages, the voiceovers. Completely learned all that. So definitely learned like more of the technical aspect.
Wow.
So I will say that was one part of my degree I do semi-use.
I was saying, but that's impressive.
But I always knew Lightroom and how to do that since like 9th, 10th grade of high school.
Yeah, it should be so long to learn.
Yeah. It's a lot. YouTube Academy. YouTube
is great.
And I've always loved YouTube. Like from makeup tutorials when we were like young.
Yeah.
So I've loved YouTube. So it's
The
like,
YouTube days.
yeah, it's like a home. I like fully wanted to be a YouTuber too. Like if I probably go back to my one account, I have like some makeup haul from like my senior year, end of my senior year into my freshman year. I fully wanted to do it, which I mean, like, what girl didn't?
Totally.
And I'm not embarrassed to admit that.
Oh, 100%.
I'm standing 10 toes down that I wanted to be a beauty YouTuber.
You know what? I think
Fully
you would
kill
kill
it.
it. I think you'd, your personality, you'd kill anything you choose to do.
No, I'm dead. And then anyway, graduated, was in sports marketing. It was fine. And then I ended up working marketing for a construction company. But during the time I started moving back to the cities, because I needed to get back to the cities. I was like, get me out of Fargo.
Yeah.
I need buildings. I need to move back. And I had a mom reach out. I had done her other two sons' senior photos, and I graduated with one. And she goes, you have to do, her name was Erin, you have to do her senior photos. I'm like, oh, yes. Picked up my camera again, 2020, and I have just ran with it ever since. And I will never not be my own boss ever again.
Now that you are.
Now that I am, never again. And from there, it just shooting constantly. I feel like when you really love something, like you will go to the ends of the earth to protect it, manifest it, whatever. And I have like truly felt that I found my calling in what I do. And I love what I do, and I love. That's the Cancer in me. I love.
I do love love.
And so shooting weddings is just like something that fills that part of me. And I learned though quickly I needed a creative outlet that wasn't just weddings, because brides out there, I love you. I love you all, but my gosh, I need a break from you sometimes. Like there is a point on the wedding season, and luckily I have them throughout the year, but like there's a point during mid-season that I'm like, I cannot work another wedding.
Yeah.
I need to relax, which is where I feel like my creative energy has gone with the branding and commercials and working with other small businesses.
Yeah.
Because it allows me to be creative in a new front that's not weddings, couples,
Totally.
and all that.
And you were just in, I think, Montana, or
yeah,
or were you?
with Scout.
I was like,
Shout out Scout.
Oh.
Scout Cosmetics.
Shout out Scout.
If you want fine line tattoos, she's amazing. If you
I love it.
look at my hand tattoos, she does amazing.
Oh, I love that.
Yes, no, she crushes it.
Oh, see, I love the fine line. Hey,
Unsponsored.
right? I'm like, hey, I'm like,
really love
hey,
her.
Scout, haven't met you, but I like your work.
Yes,
It's great.
yes. But we did, we went out there and did her engagement photos.
They were stunning.
I
was like, oh my gosh, these are so good.
No, and Scout has modeled for me beforehand, similar to like you, and she's just the prettiest human.
Yeah.
And then so being able to meet her partner and seeing, this is the fun part about photos, is seeing partners and how you balance one another and how you can tell how in love people are sometimes.
Oh, I'm sure.
And also, there's a person for everyone.
Yeah.
And we're all weird.
Oh, we all have
we're all weird. We're all quirky. We all have different personalities, but seeing everyone's partner that they've chosen to be with is like very special to witness.
I could see that. I think that'd be fun too, because you're like, I'm sure that there's probably situations where you're like, I wouldn't have put you with that person, but you balance each other out well.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
like your husband, when you first showed me pictures, I was like, he seems very quiet and you're
Yeah.
very like loud. But now that I've known more of your relationship, I'm like, oh, I totally see it.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
Adam is the complete opposite of me. I could also talk about Adam for like 45 minutes and how he's the best partner ever and how like
You've always said that. And I love that you're so loved as you should. Like, everyone deserves that.
yes. Oh my gosh. I was going to say, ladies, do not settle for anything less. I had a really good friend. You've met her. Tana, I love you. I'm saying this.
Tana, we love you.
Tana, she knows it.
Tana's great.
Tana, she's amazing. She was with a previous partner who did not support her business. And she got out of that relationship, and I was super proud of her.
It's a hard thing to do.
And ladies, do not be with any man or woman that does not support your business and your dreams.
And your creative ventures. I know that's huge.
Exactly. And just because, oh, this was like another part of it. It was like, just because does Adam understand? Let me reset. Does Adam understand everything that I do? No. But he's there, supportive. He understands that I'm making the right decisions for my business, for my mental health, for my creativity. And that's what a partner should be doing.
Yeah.
Like, they should be saying, like, why are you doing that? That's weird.
Bare minimum, that's
what's the point of that? And so I've been truly, like, he is literally my soulmate in the fact that he supports me through and through. And I love him. I can literally talk about him.
No, and I love that. See, I love too. Like, I was always the person growing up in relationships. Like, I love pouring into someone, but it's so true that if you don't have someone pouring back into you, you get exhausted, and your business is something that's going to keep your lives going together. And if you don't have that, it's hard.
And to be honest, I do credit a lot of being able to do my business to him, because we're in 2025, but women out earning men is still like a trigger point, and still for people, or I don't know if it's necessarily a trigger point, but like
a hot topic.
It's one of those things that men in our society are brought up to be like the provider and they have to do this. And we have completely pushed those norms. And my husband grew up in a very Christian, conservative household.
I can relate to that. For sure.
And so he was brought up to be like the provider. He has to do this and that. So in the beginning of our relationship, he's technically a year behind me. So a lot of it was me kind of pulling the weight in COVID. And I was working 3 jobs. I was coaching. I was doing my full-time job, and I was doing photos.
Wow.
He was trying to find a job because this is COVID, mind you. His graduation year was literally 2020.
So hard for people.
He didn't even get to walk across stage, any of that. So hard. And we really, it wasn't necessarily like a struggle, but it was a barrier we had to break through. Is he felt like I was always doing so much and was being the only one that he just felt like, I don't know if it was necessarily like less of a man, but
in society, it would make him feel totally like he wasn't able to show up the way that he needs to as a man.
And so he was kind of going through, he worked a couple different animal jobs. They just weren't right for him. And then he currently found his current position, and he loves it. And he's so good at it. But he was able to then provide like benefits. And if we talk to all of my self-employed people, you know how expensive benefits are. And so truthfully, I was only able to like leave my corporate job as fast as I could because he was providing us benefits at that point. And
that security,
dual income, all that jazz. So there was a really cute conversation we had that he was like, I just feel like I'm not on the same level as you. I'm not doing this, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, that's just like not true.
Yeah.
A, I'm psycho. B, I was only able to accelerate and do this because of you.
Yeah. Because you have that support. Like you can't do it alone.
Exactly. I was able to literally leave my it wasn't a horrible corporate job, but it was like for a conservative construction company. It was
I could never see you in a work for it.
Well, there's still like 3 coworkers that I absolutely love and adore, and I still do their family photos year after year. But it was just not a good space for me and my creative brain.
Oh, but I'd see that hands down.
I was only able to leave that as quickly as I could because of him.
Yeah.
So I'm like, my success is hugely credited to having a partner that A, supports me, but B, just
was able to show up for you and also give you that avenue to get out of, and also allows you to be more creative now, which is exactly what you like.
And in itself too, I do realize that it is a privilege.
Totally.
Because I feel like that's a big thing too, is there's a lot of creatives out there that they don't have a partner, or they're not with someone long term that would be able to do that, whatever. So I do realize in itself that it is a privilege, but I also went through really shitty relationships and a lot of other shitty stuff.
It took a lot to get here.
It did. And I'm like, I deserve a good husband and I deserve a good partner. And I think that's something that mentally, as we just get older, you learn to make that switch of like, no, you do deserve success. You do deserve love. And he gives me all of that.
Which is exactly, and that's what you need and that's what you deserve. I love seeing my friends happy in their relationships, because there's so many people that aren't in good relationships for a long time. And there's relationships that are great for a while, then they go bad, then they go great again. So it's every day is a learning experience, but I love that he was able to support you. And even though in his mind he wasn't being the ideal partner at that time, it was for you and what you needed.
And it was just kind of a breaking down this societal expectation that he did not need to have, that was not helping our life, that was not...
Men have it hard. This is the pressure that society puts on men. And I feel like it's kind of especially conservative.
You'll never catch me defending a man, but
we can talk about this with your husband.
But there are a lot of things, I agree, that like society does put on men and their mental health, but then also it's also their own fault at the end of the day.
Oh, it's like you are in charge of changing
it. The system that they set up that is supposed to benefit them. Yeah, now they're all lonely. But I wonder why, because they want a trad wife. Nothing against my trad wives. Nothing against that. I think it's beautiful. And I always think you should have the right to choose that, but not because a man makes you.
100%. 100%. Because at the end of the day, you both have to feel fulfilled in the relationship. Otherwise, the relationship will eventually go back.
Exactly. And like whatever that is. And I feel like that is also something I talk about, or I'm very vocal on in my like business, is love is love. Anyone is welcome in front of this camera.
Yeah.
And I will always fight for rights of women,
equality
of really anyone. That's not a man. Just kidding.
That's not man, but I'm just kidding. But it's okay.
I have rights too.
Most of the cheerleader listeners are girls, so it's safe here with our girls.
No, I love it. I also feel this is kind of a thing. This is maybe a hot take on the wedding industry. If you don't believe in all love, you shouldn't be a wedding photographer.
You know what? That is a very, very good point. There is a very good point.
You don't get to cherry pick.
Oh, look at you.
You don't get to cherry pick who gets married in this or that.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to be a wedding photographer, your heart needs to be open to all types of love, all types of religion.
Because you're capturing their special day.
Like it doesn't matter what or who they are or where they are.
Yeah.
100%. That's my hot take.
No, and
I think you're in the wrong industry if you think you can.
That's a very valid point, though. That's a very valid point, because if you're capturing their day and they're trusting you with that special moment, and you're back in your head saying, oh, I don't believe in this, or this isn't a love I support, you're not going to deliver your best creative self anyway. So it's like, you shouldn't be there. So I support that, actually, 100%. And like, I support it.
Sadly, it has to be a hot take, but yes,
no, like
love is love, and anyone is welcome from this camera.
And seriously, comfortable anytime. Anytime. I remember the first shoot that Lexie and I did post the first shoot that I was just there, like how we met.
Yep.
And we booked, I think, like 4 hours, and her and I just sat and talked. We made that hat. Like first hour.
Yes, please show the hat to everyone.
Right. I'll try to like clip it.
It's actually an iconic hat, you guys.
It's iconic.
Like we should we sell it?
We actually should. I'm like, it's at my parents' house.
I'm like, in the museum.
Right. It's so beautiful. Actually, I'll probably hang it on my wall. Like I'll probably hang it up here. So
you should.
Because it took
you should like spray paint the cherry pick logo on it or something.
Stop,
or like put a cherry or something.
Yeah, you guys need to see this hat. I will post pictures a lot. It's so hard because when you get a shoot like that, you have so many amazing pictures, and you're like, I can't be posting them all the time. Like I have to like sprinkle them, but then you're like, I want to post them all. I want to post every single one. I want my whole feed to be every single one. But that hat was so fun.
No, also post what you want. Okay, post your content. I know we've talked about
post this content.
Post your shit, gals. Just post it. No one's watching.
Yeah.
I am taking this to heart because my wedding couple last weekend, his name's Rob. It was Rob and Erica, and this man has just been posting on his feed every single photo. Like my wife, I love her, pictures of him and his friend, and that man is just posting on his feed like everything about like his wedding day and the people that showed up for him. And I'm just like, fuck it, do it. Like, who cares? And I also feel like I view my social media as like a time capsule.
Totally.
My life. We recently bought a house. Actually, not recently. It's been like 1 year.
I was gonna say it's been a year. 'Cause I feel like I've been seeing the slow fix up, which because you have a personal and a business page.
Yes.
And so before I forget, will you share your business Instagram? Because I'm like,
yes.
I'll forget with my ADHD.
It's okay.
Share
It's at LK Creative Co. And the LK stands for Lexie K because my last name or my maiden name is Kennedy. So everyone thinks it's Lexie Kennedy Creative Co. But actually my middle name, it's Lexie K Creative.
I thought it was that when I first met you. I was like, oh, like your first and last name because you were married when I first met you.
Exactly.
So I was like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the K, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Even if
yeah. So everyone thinks it's Lexie Kennedy. And then everyone asks me like, what happens when you get married? I'm like, well, it's actually my middle name.
Did you switch your name when you got married?
I hyphenated.
Yeah.
Okay. It's Lexie Kennedy Schuyler.
Gotcha.
Which I love.
I love that. I hyphenated. I actually moved my middle name or my last name to my middle name. So Savannah Rose -Brennan.
Cute.
And then I had my last name. But now I'm in the process of switching it all back. And it's an adventure.
Did you have to get a whole new social security number and stuff?
I didn't get a whole new number because I haven't had any like identity theft, but I had to like actually like go in, get it changed. Now I still have to do my passport. I still have to do Delta, TSA. And I've been divorced for a year now. Like it takes so long to change your name to everything.
Yeah.
And all the accounts.
Yes.
Because you don't think you're like, oh, just like passport, ID, whatever. But it's like, no, all of your bank accounts. Then you have all of your like awards accounts. Then you have your Delta.
Your credit cards. You're just in general. And then
it's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
But no, you guys should definitely follow Lexie. She's always showing her artistic self. And I was telling her this before we got on. I was like, I've known you for 5 years now. And it's crazy because I didn't know you picked up a camera in 2020. That's wild to me because you would have never thought that you were like fresher into it because you're just so creative. But her creativity has just grown and flourished. Like you can see that she's finding herself more and more. Not that she wasn't way back when, but I'm like, you're just
growing.
You're growing.
You have to grow and you have to evolve. And I think that's the thing. Like obviously with photographers, everyone has a certain style and their color, but you have to grow and adapt to each couple and to each situation. I was gonna say to each session. Yeah, or each person that comes across your camera, you have to.
There is a big emotional piece to like being behind the camera or like with what I do at work. Like, you carry some of that emotional weight. Yeah. So that, have you ever had someone like on camera that just is completely hard to work with where you're like, it's not even like a representation of my work because you're so uncomfortable in yourself and on camera, because there are some people that just hate being on camera, but still need photos for things.
Yeah, and I feel like this is one of those things that you just learn and grow as you get to be a better photographer, as you have more people in front of you. So I will always say, like, I think I have a success rate of like 95, 96, 7%, but there is always a couple that I think it's a standard I've set for myself that I'm like, oh, I feel like maybe I just didn't quite hit that.
Yeah.
Or I feel like, oh, I forgot to do this angle or whatever. It's just expectations I put on myself. But when it comes to people in front of the camera, I said, I always make sure that they're like as comfortable. But there are instances where people, how do we say this? They need a lot of compliments, and there's only so many compliments I can like truly give. And I don't mean that in like a mean way, but there has to be a point where it's like, we are collaborating. Yeah. I need you to lock in. I always say, I'm like, like I said, guys, like 99% of the people are amazing. There are like, of course, you get the random client, like with any client, with any client-based business, you're gonna get the whack jobs every once in a while. Or even if it's just people you just don't necessarily like fully vibe with.
Totally. And you're supposed to create for that, which is hard because that's emotional.
Right. And so I feel like generally most people that are attracted to my work are a little bit more creative. I always get this comparison. I always like attract the like artsy, creative, live in St. Paul, are like starving artists, but then also like people that like have a creative vision. And then I have a really good friend who's another photographer. Her name's MJ. She's having a kiddo.
Congratulations, MJ. I don't know you, but congratulations.
Yes, and she is so sweet, and her clientele, her work is very like clean and crisp and beautiful, and her whites are stunning, and her clientele is attracted to that. Yeah. And there, like, this is where I go, like, there's a clientele for everyone. There is a photographer for everyone, and I'm not a photographer for everyone.
Totally.
And so I feel like that kind of goes into like the clients that you attract. I would say like if I were to get any of her clients, I feel like I wouldn't necessarily be able to deliver what they want because they are looking for like good, clean, crisp portraiture. That's like amazing. And then mine is like a little darker, a little moodier,
Yeah.
a little bit more movement, you know,
Gray a little bit.
yeah, like
Nice.
sometimes a grainy, depends on like the situation. And that's kind of goes into like when you are looking for a wedding photographer, make sure you're really looking at galleries, make sure you're talking to the people. I think the biggest thing is you've got to sit down and talk with that person. Do not go for big corporations because you'll get scammed. Like there's been so many scams.
I believe it.
Where people will go to this like corporation and yeah, they say it, but they like have associate shooters. So just like make sure you do your due diligence and talk to people and actually get them on camera and make sure that like the person you're talking to on the camera is the person that's showing up for your wedding day.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times with some of these like scammers, when I say scammers, guys, I mean like there's been these, like, specifically there was this big agency out of Fargo that was like would run these promotions of like photo video for like $2,000 and you'd pay the $2,000 and then they'd like hire they'd pull like from the community as an associate shooter and then someone else would like edit. And so there's been like a couple instances where it's like some of these like bigger agencies and some are reputable, but like you're not working with a legit person that like you are not working with me for putting food on my table.
Yeah.
You're kind of working. So
it was like a third party. Almost.
Yeah. So that was kind of like a tangent for my like brides, but I feel like they need to hear it.
Well, and you know, I mean, you know better than anyone because you run your own business and you also have that inside perspective to that creative world because I wouldn't have known that, but I could see how that would be an issue because when you're looking at someone's work, you're like, okay, I'm drawn to your work. I'm drawn to your creativity and how you express your creativity. I want to hire you. But then those agencies are like, okay, but there's a block of people we're picking from. You're just going to get whoever's available.
Yes. And again, going back to there's a photographer for everyone. There's a budget for everyone. And I think if another photographer listening to this, not everyone's going to be for you and you don't want to be for everyone.
Yeah.
So find your people, find who you are, and care about your clients.
It's so true because it's like at the end of the day,
care about your clients. My God,
care about your clients. Let's just highlight that right there because even when for injecting, I'm like, there's enough patients for everyone. There is a provider for everyone, and there's a patient for everyone. And if there's someone that I'm not, if I consult with someone, I'm like, if they're really feeling what I can do, and I'm not, I will be like, I'm gonna refer you to someone else because that is a walking billboard for what I'm doing. Same with what you do. That's your work is always tied to that image that you take.
Yeah.
And so when people are not for you, or you can tell, you're just not going to sit well with me, or I know that there's going to be kind of a disagreement on the plan.
Yeah.
It's just not worth it because I know that someone else can deliver exactly what you want. It's just not what I do.
It's not me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you say no to clients, right?
Yeah.
Like you don't have to.
No, I can say no and I can fire clients too.
Yeah.
So it's not, a lot of people think like, oh, I'm coming in and I'm paying you for a service, but it's like, if you are like, I've only had to fire one patient my whole life, thank God.
Yeah.
But it was just this constant and it was a male client, nothing against males. I have a handful of male clients that are great, but he would always say that I didn't do enough, even though I would educate and I'm like, you need more because you're a man, your muscle mass is stronger. And they want to come back and get free units. And I'm like, this is not working. No. It's just not working for me. But it is crazy because there's some people that you meet and you're like, oh, like this is going to be a great time. And then they get in your chair and you're like, this is not as good as I thought it was going to be.
But you're like,
I do think the mental health piece of it too. And I'm sure this goes for your job as well.
You are especially in such a sensitive industry.
Super.
And technically HIPAA. Right? Yep. Because it's technically medical.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like, anything that's said in my chair, I can't even say I saw you at Target and you were a client of mine. I can't say hi to you first. If I make and I've had this happen where I make eye contact with a client at Target and I just smile because I can't wave because it's like, how would they know you? They could report me if I said hi. So if they come say hi to me, I can. But I've had clients just make eye contact and I just smile and they just go to the next aisle and I'm like, I'll see you on Tuesday. Like that was a hard thing for me to learn.
Also, yeah, that would be tough for me.
Also, when you have friends, like I have a lot of friend groups. So I'll see and they'll come in and be like, oh, what did you do to her last? And I'm like, I can't say. I can't say what product we use. I can't whatever. And there are certain situations that, I mean, it is tricky. You have to like catch yourself. And you know me, I'm like you. Our ADHD, I'm like, I could talk all day. But it is kind of
a positive way.
In a positive way. And I'm like, for me. I sometimes just babble and I'm like, I gotta lock in and really turn on it, which takes your energy too. Like it takes a lot of energy for what you and I do. We both do a lot very different things, but we have to be that.
We're client based at the end of the day. We're here to make people feel good.
Yeah.
Like, yes, they're in different aspects, but like,
Yeah.
I also feel like I work with a ton of aesthetic people.
Totally.
Whether it's like facial injectors, brows. I feel like a good chunk of my like small businesses are those people, which I love supporting. And I feel like just skincare and injectables, it's very huge.
Oh,
I don't like, obviously plastic surgery's been around for a while. Botox has been around for a while, but I feel like in recent years it's really become like the thing.
Oh, totally. I mean, even
And it's
the younger generation is gonna get the skincare.